Before F1's resumption in Azerbaijan, Mercedes confirmed that James Allison had returned to the role of technical director, a position he previously held from 2017 to 2021, while Mike Elliott moved to the role of chief technical officer. What prompted this move, and what impact is it likely to have on Mercedes? Let's find out. The start of the new Formula One season has been a challenging one for the Mercedes team, as they have struggled to get off the ground under the sport's new technical regulations for the second year running. It was clear after the opening race in Bahrain that the team needed to change their approach as soon as possible. In response, Mercedes made a significant reshuffle, prompted by the conclusion that technical director Elliott's skills were not best suited to the role. In his place, the team welcomed back James Allison, a man known for his determination and unwavering commitment to excellence. As team boss Toto Wolff put it in a recent interview with Autosport, Allison is a gladiator on the field who will inspire the troops to go through the fire with him. Allison's return to the team is a significant move and signals that Mercedes is serious about getting back to winning ways. His experience and technical know-how will undoubtedly be a massive asset, particularly as the team looks to get to grips with the new technical regulations. Is James Allison the right person to turn things around for Mercedes? James Allison's return to Mercedes is a welcome one, not only for the team's staff but also for its fans. With his amiable and detailed persona, Allison is well liked by both groups, something that had been missing since the departure of James Vowles to Williams. Allison's track record in Formula One is impressive and speaks for itself. He was a key figure during the Michael Schumacher/Ross Brawn era at Benetton and Ferrari, helping Ferrari dominate the sport in the early 2000s. The cars he helped design won the championships over the next 5 successive years in what was one of the most dominant spells of any F1 team ever in the history of the sport. He moved to Renault in 2005 as deputy technical director, helping them secure back-to-back titles before becoming technical director in 2009. The Lotus cars he penned in 2012 and 2013 were both race winners. Allison returned to Ferrari in 2013 but only had a little involvement in the design process of their cars. Unfortunately, he also had to deal with a personal tragedy, the death of his wife in 2016, which eventually led to his departure from Ferrari. Surprisingly, Allison joined Mercedes as the technical director in 2017, leaving behind his reputation as a Ferrari stalwart. His expertise in improving Mercedes' chassis design, which was considered weaker than Red Bull's during the early years of the turbo hybrid era, became increasingly crucial as the competition began to catch up with the team's engine output, despite Ferrari and Honda eventually overtaking Mercedes in this regard. The team's high downforce performance continued to keep them at the forefront of the sport. Allison's contributions to the team's success cannot be overstated. He played a significant role in Mercedes' success in Formula One, especially with the creation of the W11 car that featured the innovative dual-axis steering system. While he was not in charge of the initial design of the W08, he was instrumental in leading the technical department that created the W11, which helped Mercedes regain its dominance in the sport. The W11 will undoubtedly go down in history as an F1 legend, although Ferrari's disappearance from the top of the competition following the settlement with the FIA at the start of 2020 certainly helped Mercedes' cause. Are Mercedes attempting to emulate Red Bull's turnaround? In 2014, Red Bull's Adrian Newey, frustrated by the changes in F1 that diminished the role of aerodynamics, took a step back from designing his team's cars. Instead, he signed on as Chief Technical Officer to work on non-F1 projects through Red Bull Technologies. This left the team without his direct input and their performance suffered as a result. However, in 2019, Newey was tempted back into a more hands-on role with Red Bull's Technical Director Pierre Wacker and Aero Chief Dan Fallows. This move quickly paid dividends, as the team's RB16B was highly competitive and won multiple races that season. Mercedes may be hoping for similar success by bringing in their own Newey figure. Like Newey, James Allison has a strong track record of success in F1 and is returning to a more hands-on role after stepping away from F1 projects. The hope is that Allison's renewed focus on F1 car design will lead to a turnaround in Mercedes' recent struggles. Of course, success is never guaranteed, but history has shown that the right person in the right role can make all the difference in the highly competitive world of F1. But just because Mercedes has returned to the technical department leadership that brought it to previously unscaled F1 success heights and the last titles of its record 8 successive in the Constructors' Championship doesn't mean it will instantly be winning again. The impact of Allisons' return on car design may not be felt right away, and it could take some time. Nonetheless, Mercedes drivers are thrilled about Allisons' return to the team. 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton believes the leadership reshuffle will strengthen the team as the Silver Arrows hope to change their fortunes in the 2023 F1 season. Allison will now have a more hands-on role with the W14 and future cars, with Hamilton optimistic about how Mercedes will progress. Hamilton said in Baku, James has always been a part of the team. Obviously, he was focused a little bit on another area before. Having him step back in to support and work alongside Mike, I think, is only going to strengthen the team moving forwards. He's obviously got an amazing amount of experience, so I think moving forwards, it's just going to be great for the team. Particularly with all the things we want to achieve, not only on track, but off track, I think it's going to be good. Asked by Sky Sports F1's Ted Kravitz what Allison's particular strengths were for the role, Hamilton said James is massively competitive. He has got amazing experience in the position he's in, and he is really great at making sharp and strong decisions. He's just very approachable and really great at pulling together people and saying this is the direction we're going. I think he's going to work really well with Mike. Mike is incredibly talented, and this only strengthens the package we already have. Russell believes Allison and Elliott are now in positions where they can best deliver. Russell stated, "I think it's really good news. Obviously, Mike was the technical director, and James was sort of overseeing a few different projects. And now, effectively, we've got both of them full-time. Mike is one of, if not the most intelligent blokes I've ever come across in my life, but I think placing him in this new role will really put him in his element. In both regards, we've swapped around and put both where they belong." With the Mercedes team now back in order, Lewis Hamilton will be hoping to repeat his past success. As for the development of the current car, what should we expect? As the Mercedes team looks to turn around their fortunes in the 2023 F1 season, they have some exciting developments in the works for their current car. One significant change will be the introduction of a new side pod, which was already planned before the car was launched. The team realized the gains in the tunnel of the original concept had already dried up in February, so a new geometry can be expected as a move away from the Zero pod. In addition to the new side pod, there will be a host of regular aerodynamic tweaks. The team realized that they could run the car much lower than they had previously assumed, and the regulation-prescribed floor changes of 2023 allowed them to be more tolerant of very low ride heights. The W14 was developed in simulation around a certain range of ride heights, but Bahrain showed the team that they had been over-conservative with that range. As a result, the optimization around the recalibrated aero map will involve a lot of new floor parts. It's important to note that these changes were already underway and are unconnected with the recent switch in leadership between James Allison and Mike Elliott. As I said earlier, while Allison's return to a more hands-on role with the W14 and future cars will likely have an impact, the real effect won't be seen until next year. Regardless of who is responsible for the improvements, any positive results from the development of the current car will be a welcome sight for the Mercedes team. However, it's essential to avoid tying the correlation between the improvements and Allison's return to causation. With a team as complex and multifaceted as Mercedes, many factors contribute to their success, and it's unlikely that any one change will be a silver bullet. Nonetheless, the Mercedes team is always striving for excellence. And with these developments in the works, they will undoubtedly continue to push the boundaries of what's possible in F1. What's your thought about Allison's return to Mercedes? Are Mercedes on their way back to the top? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. That will be all for today's video. Thanks for staying tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you can always get to watch more videos like this. See you in the next video.